that's for the guy.
When your elbows go up, I know it's sanctified.
That's for the man who came up to me while I was walking out of my job, trying to get in my car so I could come home after a long, hard day at work. Gonna stop me talking about some, do I know the Lord? And would I like to get closer to him? Sir, it is 96 degrees outside. Why are you trying to stop me and do missionary work? The Lord made AC. Take me inside a building to talk to me about him, and we gonna sit out here and talk. But I'm not trying to stand out here in the elements.
Not in the
and
elements.
Talk to you.
God. He said it don't matter if it's hot.
I'm like, sir, he asked me a question at some point, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. My brain is frying in this heat. I can't even answer it.
He said it don't matter if it's hot, so it's hell.
Then go ask for my number talking about some, do I want to come to a church meeting or a prayer group? No, you can get my email. Have a blessed day.
Some of these people, I be seeing the TikToks where the girls be going up to them in Walmart and they said that's a cult or something. It's like
he said he was doing a research project, but didn't have no notes, not a tape recorder, not a business card, not a nothing. And that's why I gave him my email. I ain't about to give you my number, Negro. You might be trying to use the Lord to get to me.
Yeah, we buying that up.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Another episode of Black Bougie about it.
Black Bougie about it, and we buying that up, okay?
Because
baby.
But welcome back to another episode of Black Bougie about it, where you get real, raw, and rich conversation. I am Abani Ayana.
And I am Jessica Monique.
Yes.
Ooh, child. It's been a week. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just feel like, ooh.
This is me trying to dodge the punches. And as you can tell, I'm not really moving much because that means I'm getting my ass beat.
Like, when I tell you I ain't gonna lie, the past like 2 weeks, past 3 weeks, I have just been feeling like, on your march, get set, go. Like, it just feels like nonstop. I'm so, I need like a little vacation, or I would love like mini, like, what they be calling it, a solo vacation.
Or I was gonna say a staycation.
Yeah. I want to go. I wish I could go to like the beach or something. I need some views and some relaxation and like, all the things. But yes,
I thought I was gonna be able to do a Labor Day trip, but instead I bought a ticket to go camping with the Black Outdoors group.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm going camping. Your girl gonna have to get her a tent.
Okay.
I'm an outdoors girl.
I am so weak.
Give me a lumberjack or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go camping next month, and I'm excited about that. I'm really, really interested. I've always wanted to go like real camping, but they are gonna have catered meals. That's why I love my Black people. We be like, we'll go out there and we will go out there and lay in the woods, but we ain't gonna cook.
Okay. That's kind of like glamping.
Yes, that's what they said. They said it's like we're not roughing it, but we're not staying in like a cabin. We're gonna have tents, but the meals gonna be catered. We have bathrooms and showers, but we're just gonna have, we'll still be sleeping outside in our own tents and stuff.
Okay, that should be fun.
Right,
a different experience, something different. Okay, I'm here for that. Okay, explore.
I've been on a lot of different experiences.
Okay, exploring Albany. I like it.
Cause I went out with a couple this weekend.
Oh, child, how was that?
It was amazing. Actually, I mean, right now we're just friends. Nothing is like, we ain't even talked about nothing like even in the realm of intimate sexuality stuff. Like, it's just, we actually just went out and got drinks, but they were so nice and so sweet, and like they were really, really nice people. 2 Black people, y'all know me. I'm Black folks. And it was just sweet because they really drove up from Tuscaloosa Friday night to take me out to get drinks, and they paid for the drinks, or her man paid for our drinks, whichever one. And it was really nice, just the fact that they, drove up from Tuscaloosa. That's a 45-minute drive, I think, to Birmingham, right?
Mhm.
Like 45 to an hour.
Yeah,
But just
depending on the
I just thought it
traffic.
was nice. It was sweet of them to do that. They didn't have to do that. They invited me out. I had a good time. We've been
Mhm.
texting and all of that. So they're nice people. I like it. We'll see. I'm just taking things one day at a time. But so far they were really nice and I appreciate going out. We're supposed to hang out again this weekend. So we'll see.
Okay, I'm here for it if you here for it.
Look, what's that song? Did Mama D say was I deserve or something? She was like, I just want some love. It
Mhm.
was a song. It's like I just want some love. I just want some love. I just.
I'm here for it.
And that's all.
How was
But
Carlos and everything?
oh yeah, I went and saw Carlos Miller this past weekend. I've done so much, so forgive me
Mhm.
if I'm forgetting stuff. I went and saw Carlos. He was really, really funny. Nav was there. He opens. I love Nav Green. He's just
Okay.
so funny to me. And Clayton English opened for him as well, and he was really, really funny. But Carlos was hilarious. Like there was some guy shouting out the whole show, heckling, and Carlos handled it like very well. He just kind of incorporated him into the set because it's like
Mhm.
sometimes you have that one nigga who don't he always want to be seen and heard and
Of
all of
course.
that and can't read the room that it's a comedy show and shut the fuck up.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was cool. And then the guy sitting behind me, and I went with my friend Trevor. Shout out to you, Trevor. The guy sitting behind us, he was having the best time of his life. That man damn near cackled up a lung. He was laughing so hard the whole show.
Oh wow.
Okay. So I was just having a good time because he was having a good time. But yeah,
Mm.
it was really good. And then I'm going to T-Pain this weekend.
I hate you.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Y'all just don't know. I'm trying to
Yeah,
be
that's
in
gonna be good.
Wisconsin.
That's gonna
Okay.
be good. Yeah.
I'm gonna be out there.
Okay.
And don't let me get in VIP. Then I'm gonna really be.
Right.
And then I'm gonna be like, T-Pain, bring us on the Neppy Boy Radio podcast.
Please.
We'll sing a
Please.
song. I love the segment where they have to sing the song, like what is it, gun to your head, and you have to sing the
Uh-huh.
song from memory, like no
Uh-huh.
karaoke lyrics. Me and you would kill that. Me and
All
you would
day.
kill. We would kill that on several
All
songs.
day.
We would kill it. We would kill it.
All
We would
day.
kill it.
All day.
So yeah,
Period.
I'm
Hit
just
us up.
excited about how positive things are right now, and I'm just trying to live in that realm and be grateful for that realm. But
Mhm.
anyway, what you been up to?
Same old. This week was also my boyfriend's birthday. So,
Happy birthday to him.
yes, happy birthday. So we just kind of was like celebrating his birthday, going out and stuff this week. And we ended up going to the riverboat thing in Montgomery. Yeah. So, okay, let me say this. The experience was actually like really fun. Like, besides the fact that it was hot as hell outside, I had a really
Hmm.
good time.
Y'all actually got on the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
They have like tickets where you can either sit inside, and they have more of like, it seemed kind of more of like a formal dining food
Hmm.
experience. But there was somebody who, it was like their birthday, a 70th birthday party or whatever. So a lot of them had the seats on the inside. So we sat outside, and they still had food, but it's more of like concession stand kind of food. Like it
Oh,
was
like
hot
popcorn,
dogs,
hot dogs.
wings, yeah,
Okay,
nachos. But they still had drinks and like a bar and all
okay,
that stuff. And then they had a live band and a singer.
okay. That's
But it
nice.
was real fun because it was basically just like a party on a boat. Like,
Okay.
um,
How long did it last? Like, how long were y'all on the boat for?
so it was probably about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and you pretty much just kind of like sail down, and then yeah, they turn around and come back.
Okay.
And yeah, it was fun. Like the only thing I would say is just the heat. Like if y'all ever go, Just
I
wear something
know.
comfortable, child.
That's probably why them people got their ass beat that day. It was just probably so hot.
And you know what? Now, like after I've actually gone and like seen it and everything,
Hmm.
one, I don't know how that man swam in that water because that is some murky. No,
I
no,
told
that
y'all.
is some murky. Like, I really hope you go get your shots.
I
Water.
told y'all.
Um, and it ain't the kind of water you can see through or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't even think he was looking. The way he was swimming, he just trusted his direction. I don't even think that man opened his
yeah.
eyes.
But everybody on the ship or on the boat rather was really funny. Like the guy who actually threw his hat up, he was on the boat and he was because he's like the captain. He
Oh
was like one of the
wow.
co-captains or something. So really he was just working and he was walking around like making sure everything was good. And the
Mm-hmm.
guy who was the singer, he was like, "Oh, this is the man right here. Like this is the guy who threw his hat up." So he took pictures with
Mm-hmm.
everybody and
Oh.
he was very nice. And then they was just making jokes about it the whole time. Like they was acting like they was auctioning off the chairs
I
and
love
like
that.
just like making jokes about it. So it was very cute, and I would absolutely do it again. I would just be more prepared than I was. Um,
Okay.
Cause yeah, but anyways, that's pretty much it. And I'm not to say like I'm glad that that is over, but I'm just like, how you have something that you got to do, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like checking boxes off your list. I kind of feel like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's passed. Had a good time. I'm glad that's over. Now I can focus on
Something
this.
else, the next thing.
Yeah. So right now I'm really trying to focus on getting myself together for Beyonce.
I was about to say, cause
And
girl, you got the queen coming. It's
yeah.
funny cause I already been, but I'm also like, damn, I wish I could go again.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you probably could for real, but the way people be buying tickets the day of,
But they said
Atlanta would have been
TikTok
a good.
found out. They said they did TikTok didn't made everybody found out. So now Ticketmaster has raised the prices day of.
That sucks.
Cause I think I looked for a ticket at her Houston show.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was like nosebleeds 500. And I was like, mm.
That's the good and the bad thing about social media. Like, I like that people be trying to like put people on, but I hate that companies be finding out and they petty like that. Cause the only thing it's gonna do is make her lose money. I mean,
Exactly.
or she won't be able to say the whole show was sold out, which I guess at this point it don't matter. But like, if
I
people
mean,
want to
people will
come,
probably still buy them tickets. Some people don't mind sitting in the nosebleeds. They just want to be there to experience the concert. And I heard that the nosebleeds be lit. So
I mean, then I'm sitting in those bleeds for when I'm going. I'm just being honest. But
ain't nothing wrong with the. Hey,
ain't
if
nothing
I
wrong
had
with
to
the
buy the
nosebleeds,
ticket
baby.
myself and it wasn't a birthday gift from my mother, I probably would have been in the
Yeah,
fucking
it ain't nothing
nosebleed.
wrong with that. Like, people feel like, oh well, if you're not sitting in Club Renaissance, child, girl, go and have a good time. Like, I ain't finna be on stage with Beyonce. I just want to be in the
Exactly.
midst in the atmosphere. You
Right.
know what
And
I'm
have a
saying?
good
Have a good
time.
time. But I'm saying for the companies, like, I think that's so head ass for them to take the price up. Inflation and capitalism makes me damn sick.
Yeah, that's why I wish people would stop doing like hacks, like Beyonce ticket hack, plane ticket hack, because it's like all the little
Yeah.
stuff you could do to kind of get a little some off top or some off the back end. You can't do no more because a lot of times when people would try to look out or certain things, they doing
Yeah.
that because off the strength of maybe you had a good conversation or maybe
Yeah.
you was having a bad day and they wanted to brighten your day up and just give you a discount or something. But it's like now you got everybody and their mama coming to the desk talking about some, can I get the da 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 that y'all do?
Mhm.
And I know y'all do it. And it's like now you ruining it for everybody because ain't
Yeah, for
nobody gonna
everybody.
get nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, like I hate that, but it is what it is. Still excited to go. I'm still getting my outfit and everything together. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for you because I can't wait for you to go and then we can come back and we can talk about it and I can know how you really feel about the show and how you feel
Hmm.
about everything, because I don't know, and we're gonna talk about this later on in the
Hmm.
show. about some of these comparisons going on, which I have no earthly understanding and idea why people would even put any of these people's names in the same sentence against each other.
Child.
But we'll get into that later. I'm ready for you to see Beyonce so we can really talk about it.
Me too.
So I'm gonna skip the first one because I gotta get this off my chest because y'all. So I have just, and I'm not gonna go too deep into everything like the beginning stuff, but I'm gonna talk about the more of just what recently happened. But I have had to put someone who was really close to me, who I cared a lot about, on big pause. Because there has just been many things that have transpired that I have tried to like let slide and move on and whatever. But recently something happened and I wanted to talk to you about it because I just wanted to know, like, to one, confirm, even though I know you're gonna tell me I'm not tripping, but I just wanted to talk about it because I think that this is wild as fuck. I really do. I just think it, and excuse my language, but I just think it's wild as fuck. So I had a friend that I, again, was very, very close to, you know, in many different ways, whatever. And so recently we were supposed to hang out and do something or whatever. So when I reached out to confirm if we were going to hang out or whatever, the responses were kind of hazy, kind of fuzzy. It was like, I don't know. And if I do, then I'm going with this certain person. And I was like, oh, okay. So this certain person that they were talking about going with was somebody that I have only met like maybe once, but I know that they have been, and this is a female with a male, they have been hanging around each other for, you know, a little while, like a year or so. So when this person told me that they were going to be going to the function with her, I was like, because I'm a female, I was like, you've been hanging around her for a while. Is this your girl? And the person replied, yeah, I ain't know what to say. So then I'm like, I text them and I'm like, so you got a girlfriend and did not want to say shit to anybody?
Yeah.
And then it was, oh yeah, I just didn't know how to tell you because I didn't know how you were going to react. And I was nervous because I didn't want the dynamic to change and da 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 da. And I've just been telling people that were like really close to me and all this da da da. And I'm just like, for the type of relationship for us that we have, for you to say that is some bullshit. Because one, I don't want you. I'm not trying to be with you. So that was never like the thing that we had going on. So for you to get involved in a situation and not even have the common courtesy and decency to be like, hey, this is what I have going on in my life.
What's going on.
To me, lets me know that you ain't even my fucking friend, because why would you not want to tell your friend that you are happy with somebody and, you know, you met somebody that you want to be with?
I mean, I guess okay, just to be on both sides, I understand because I know y'all have like history or whatever. But also I think it's because, you know, last time, you know, they was asking about your whereabouts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the shady part to me. Like, you ain't want to tell me because you feel away because you still trying to have that kind of situation going on. You know what I'm saying?
I was just with you in July. So, and I probably guarantee that you did not just get a girlfriend within the last month or so. So so if we really keeping things a buck, you didn't already put me in a situation that I had no idea that I was even in. And you couldn't be man enough to even be honest and just tell me this, hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah. And see, like I told you before.
So I have, because something that I am practicing right now is called boundaries. And so I had to like just be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm good.
But I feel like also this is not the first time you've come home and like they've been on some bullshit.
Correct.
So, I mean, people show you, you know, things with their actions. It's not about, at this point in my life, it's not really about words anymore. Like,
I don't give a
I'm
fuck what
going
you talking about.
strictly off what you do, because people be lying like hell.
Straight through their
They
teeth.
they say one thing and do the total opposite. So,
And what blows my
um,
mind, and this is just in general, when it comes to, and again, I know how to women bashers of America, how y'all get the WBA,
mm,
but it is so mind blowing to me how men be so okay with doing so much sexual nasty, whatever type of whatever the fuck shit, and don't see that as vulnerability or don't see that as opening themselves up. Yet you
yeah.
can't have a simple conversation with somebody and let them know you got into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the logic in that. And I hear a lot of guys talk like that. They be like, man, having sex with a girl ain't the same as telling her how I feel. What? You
I
gonna
mean,
stick?
but that's just that, like, the lack of maturity, lack of emotional intelligence. And I really feel like you giving, I don't know them, but I feel like just based on the different situations y'all been in, you giving them too much credit. Cause I feel like they done already done other stupid shit.
You're
Like,
correct. You are correct.
big
So I
stupid shit.
I am Boo Boo the fool for
At this point,
continuously
yes. Yes.
for continuously trying
Yes.
to
Yes.
trying to give people benefit of the doubt and compromise and all that. And that's why I'm in a place where if you don't start off doing right, I'm not about to give you a chance to get right.
I mean, no, like, I mean,
Like
like,
that's just it.
especially if you're not with somebody. Now, it'd be different if you was like with somebody. You give people, depending on what it is. You give people
Mm-hmm.
chances, to fix things or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I feel like this person that exhibited stupid ass behavior
Mm-hmm.
time after time after time.
Mm-hmm. And again, this
Like,
ain't even about romantic to me. It's just like you ain't even no good fucking friend.
yeah,
Like you're not a good friend. And because regardless of any situations I've ever been in, because I've had friends who I've whatever with,
hmm,
we still have respect to tell each other like, hey, you know what, I met somebody and we gonna have to cool out.
yeah,
And they be happy for me.
yeah.
Like they be like,
But
I'm happy to
hell,
see.
y'all haven't even done that as frequently because they wishy washy.
So again,
So
back
it's
to the you're
like,
not even a good friend.
you know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on.
Right.
Um, as you know how I felt about them any damn way.
Yes, I know.
Just slow. Um, so, oh well, this tied directly into what we talking about. Can you be close friends with someone who struggles with being honest and transparent?
No.
Nope.
Not close friends. No. Because I feel like if I'm considering you a close friend, that means I should be able to say whatever I need to say to you,
Hmm.
good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. And then we communicate and we, move on,
Yeah.
get past it.
Yeah.
So, again, if you can't tell me simple shit like milestones or big things happening in your life,
Yeah.
then no, we're not close friends.
No, we couldn't be close friends. We might could be acquaintances, like that's my home girl, I
I
know
hang
her
out with
from,
them from time to
yeah,
time at the club.
like I know her from work or something or whatever, but not close friends because I feel like, y'all should know each other on a different level. If you close friends with somebody, I feel like it's easy or should be
It
easy to
should
open
be.
up to one another. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't you just naturally talk to your friends about like your problems and your like the things going on in your life? So
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like if it got to a place where I was friends with somebody and we couldn't have those conversations, I'd be like, huh? Like we can't be friends. So yeah, it
How
would
would you
be,
react to if the friendship started off like that, where y'all were like telling each other everything
mhm,
and talking every day, all day, or whatever, and then there was a shift where you talked less, you found out they weren't telling you stuff. Like,
mhm.
how would you still think it was a friendship? Would you think that it was fake the whole time, or would you just think that the dynamics changed?
I've kind of experienced that like in high school where like I thought some of my close friends, obviously were my friends, but then come to find out they may have felt a certain way about me or something I did, but they didn't necessarily come to me and say it. They just talked amongst themselves, and like then I had to hear from somebody else. So I don't know. For me, now at this big age, I feel like conversations need to be had. Like if I feel like hey, what's up, girl? Like we haven't really been talking. Like, are you okay? Is it something I did, or are we good? Like I feel like you should just go ahead and have the conversation, because you just need to let me know how to move. Like,
Correct.
you know what I'm saying? You just need to let me know how to move. Like, if you feel like you don't want to be friends anymore, like we grown, we big girls. We don't. I ain't got to cry over it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'll make some
But
new ones.
right, like I hate that, but I want you to be happy too. So like, go be free. But
Hmm.
because I ain't gonna make nobody be with me or be my damn friend. But
Correct.
I guess you just have to have a conversation, or y'all have to just figure out why it's been a shift in your um relationship. Because I mean, sometimes you do stuff and you just don't really realize. You may have said something you ain't really think it was gonna affect them that way. You don't know what people triggers
Hmm.
are sometimes. But yeah, I think you should just have some kind of conversation with them. It is hurtful though, especially if you used to y'all's dynamic, and y'all,
Hmm.
I always say, I think it's so crazy, whether it's friendship or relationships, how you could be so close to somebody,
Hmm.
like thick as thieves, and then one day like y'all not close anymore. I
I
don't know
done
why
told
that.
y'all my story all the time about this tattoo on me. I done told y'all that story 1,000 times, and I still sometimes and I don't know if she watches this or whatever. If you do, cool.
Mhm.
Shout out to you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I guess. But it's like I see her post something because we do follow each other or whatever,
Mhm.
and I'll see her post something, and I'll really be like, "Damn!" Like I remember a time where we was attached at the fucking
Mhm.
hip. And you
Mhm.
talking about from like age 13 to the time we was 20. Like,
Mhm.
or probably 19-ish. Like, but anyways, all the way through high school into college. That's a long
Mhm.
time, and it's just like when you see people, it's like, damn, you just when you were around them, you couldn't imagine your life without them. And then now
Yeah.
you live in life without them. And it's just still does. I mean, if we being honest, it feel
Sometimes
like
it's still
we
weird.
it feel like
Mhm.
a little something, just a little tinge. Like
Yeah, that much.
that much is missing.
Yeah. I don't know that I can say I feel like something is missing. Sometimes I guess so. Sometimes I feel like that because I don't have a whole lot of friends either.
Me
And
too.
so like when I think about some of those like friendships I had like from elementary school all the way to high school. Like, cause
Mhm.
that's how a lot of my friend group was. Like, we were friends from like Sun Valley to Ramsey, and then college came, and you just kind of drifted apart from people. Or
Right.
even like some of my other friends that I had that we was thick as thieves too in high school, and then college, and everything kind of like the separation from being at different schools, and
Right.
you kind of finding your own way, you growing and changing, and
Mhm.
you getting other friends, and so you doing those relationships, and so but I do sometimes, we said this on the last time, I do sometimes see them online or like see things they post or whatever, and it's never any hard feelings. It's never
Right.
no like malice towards anybody. I think when I was
Mhm.
younger, sometimes I feel a certain kind of way because for specifically for those friendships, I feel like I was always like the one that everybody thought was confrontational.
Right. Me
And
too. Do we
and
live the same life?
am I the drama? And I didn't really even think that I was at the time. Like sometimes, and I don't
Mhm.
know if it's just me, sometimes I can feel like everything's all about me or whatever. But I don't
Mhm.
know if it's that kind of thing. Like if I really was the problem. But I always feel like, why is everybody like got a problem with me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've always. Did you ever watch the show Star that came on Fox?
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like Star, and when she did that diss track, to this day, I still put that on. I was there for you, bitches. I be feeling that so hard.
Yeah.
I be feeling it so hard, especially when I think about some of my friendships, because I be like, I just know, like, I know how I am to my friends. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pretty damn good friend. Like, if I can come through for you, I'm gonna come through for you, and if I
Yeah.
can't come through for you, I'm gonna try and find somebody who can come through for you. I'm gonna get on the line and call some people and try to
Yeah.
figure the shit out. So it's like when people, do some shit that you didn't expect them to, and it really hurts you. You really do be like, Star, like, I was there for you, bitches.
Yeah, and not only that, like, I feel like, okay, specifically like two of my like really good friends, and I know for a fact one of them like watches, or she at least follows. So if you watch this, hey girl. But specifically for them, I feel like when I kind of fell out with one, I just by default I fell out with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we never like really 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 talked about it. It's just like, we were just done, and then that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so there
And
wasn't closure.
no, it wasn't. And then again, it was like it was my fault, which it kind of was, because I'm being honest, it was
Growth.
kind of, because I
Okay, at
made a
least
mistake.
you able to say that.
Yeah, like I made a mistake, and I don't mind talking about it. I don't have to say names, but I'll say the situation. But basically, one of my friends was getting married, and we had like this group meet with all the bridesmaids, because I don't think we were all in the state or whatever, something like that. And
Mhm.
she had put the link in there for the bridesmaid's dress, and one of the girls, or I think it was her, one of the girls, I can't remember which one, but they bought the wrong color dress. But
Oh,
when
okay.
she did that, she put a screenshot in the group me just to say like, "Hey, this is what I got," or whatever.
Mhm.
So she never came back to the group to say, "Oh shit, I put the wrong color on there," or anything like that. Now I know my friend, she did tell us, but I guess when I was ordering, like when you just trying to check all the boxes, like I just said before, for real, and
Mhm.
you like, okay, I know I got to get my dress, and I looked at her screenshot and I ordered the color that she bought,
Mhm.
and so I didn't realize that until it was like my dress had already come, and they were talking about it, and I just read through there, and I was like, oh shit, I got the wrong color. And
Mhm.
so I told my other friend, who was one of my other close friends, who was in the wedding as well, and I was like, well, don't tell her, because I want to see, can I like correct it or whatever. And
Right.
so I had done, like, I had reached out to the the website and all this stuff, and they
Mhm.
act like they couldn't return it, and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Talking about it was custom made. That shit wasn't custom made. And
I I was like, did you submit measurements? I was
um
because if you didn't do measurements, they definitely wasn't custom made.
I think I did have to, but when I tell you it wasn't nothing, baby, come on now. They could have took that damn dress back. Come, stop playing with me. And so, because I still ended up having to get it altered after they brought it to me. Like, it still wasn't like a perfect
Fitting.
fit. Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's like, come on now. So anyways, I tried to like work it out or whatever myself, but it didn't work out. So when I did finally call my friend and tell her that I had got the wrong dress, why my other friend had already told her.
Yeah, that was overstepping.
And so that's what my problem was with her, because who the fuck told you to do that?
Right.
And so then when by the time that I told her and she already knew, she was already like pissed.
Mhm.
Now what's funny is, kind of find out my dress color wasn't even like off that much, because I want to say the color was like dusty pink and I got rose pink or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it
Mhm.
probably wouldn't even made a difference. But after a while, she said that she didn't want me to like stand up there with them when they took photos and everything. And I just didn't like the way she handled it. Because if it had been me, I would have at least been like, okay, well, let me see the dress in person, or let
Right.
me see how it's gonna be. If you were really my friend, I would have been like, okay, well, let me see if it's really even that big of a deal or whatever. And so for
Mm-hmm.
her to do that and then like have an attitude, I just kind of gracefully bowed out of that. And I just felt like I needed to gracefully bow out of that friendship too, because it didn't make no sense to me to be like, you can't be acting like no bridezilla and this a DIY wedding anyway. And yes, that's
Oh.
so
Well, your friend, the
hey,
other friend was wrong. I feel like the
yeah,
other friend
I
was
didn't
trying to be
understand.
messy and create friction in the first place because you specifically told her, do not tell her because I'm gonna try to figure it out. And then she
Yeah,
went and told her, no, she knew the reaction. Like, nah, that was some like I'm trying to stir the pot shit. And when shit like that go on,
yeah,
that already let me know it's some murk in the water. Because why do she
right.
want to bring you some negative stuff about me unless you didn't already had conversations about me to her in a negative light?
Right. And what I felt like too was, okay, so y'all been talking about me basically behind my back.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
You know what I'm
they've been
saying? Like
talking about
y'all,
you.
y'all got on the phone was like, oh, well, she ordered the wrong dress, blah 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 blah. And I didn't like that because if it had been me, I wouldn't even cared. I wouldn't have cared if you
Right.
ordered a yellow dress if it was me. Like if it was my friend, I want you to stand up there with me anyway. Like low key, it could have just
Right.
been something we look back on and laughed.
Right.
And not to like make it, diminish it because it's your wedding. I know people like have very specific things they want, but it when I saw the photos, like when the photos came out, I was like, girl, if this ain't the same damn thing, like I could have gone to the wedding. And then also I didn't go to the wedding at all. And so it also, I guess they made it seem like, oh well, like nobody knew about it, nobody but us knew about it. Like we thought you would at least come to the wedding.
I ain't coming to no wedding after you done
No.
told me I can't be up there when I plan to be up there.
Yeah, because like why did I even like spend my money and buy this dress and do
I ain't
everything?
Joan from Girlfriends, okay?
Yeah, child, I didn't like that. But anyways, I know, I don't. That's not the start of the podcast. That's old news. It's not.
Right.
It's not that. I'm
We've
just telling the
matured.
story. We were mature. I don't harbor any bad feelings in my heart. I really wish the best for them. Like I saw them at our class reunion and everything. Talked to them and everything. Like love them. Love their
Well, that's
life.
good.
But that like the way that it happened, it
Mhm.
rubbed me the wrong way at the time. But now as an adult, I can understand like, I get it. You know,
You gotta do
I
what you
get it.
gotta do in some situations. They did what they had to do, and you did what you had to do.
These are the facts.
And sometimes it is what it is.
Mhm.
Speaking about it is what it is. Usher recently did an interview, I think a couple weeks ago. This was all been in the midst of the Keke Palmer Usher show drama. And he did an interview where he said pretty much that the hardest thing that he's ever had to do was be single. And as we know,
Mhm.
Usher has been in several relationships over the years. He was with Chili, then he was with, I think her name was Tamika, and now he's with
Yeah.
his current wife.
Mhm.
So I just find that interesting because I am in my season of singleness.
Right, yeah.
And I just be like, is this really the hardest thing I've ever had to do? I don't know if I can say that. I think Usher's never been to college. That is the hardest thing to do, baby. Because once you get to that like sophomore, junior
Mhm.
thing right there, you be like, is this shit worth it?
I mean, especially if you in college and then don't even know what the hell you doing.
You be like, do I really need to get this degree?
Come on now. Yeah. Or if
I
you're
could
trying to pay for it, child.
You be like, I
Um,
could do something else. But is it a trying time being single? I can say yes. I definitely have my ups and downs,
mhm.
as y'all see on the podcast, where I have weeks where I'm like, yes, I love being single. I'm outside on, and then I have weeks where I'm like, I want to be with
I
someone.
I hate it here.
I hate it. Somebody wipe me up. But
Ain't
I just
nobody told me nothing.
like so it's definitely ups and downs, and it's definitely a roller coaster. Like
Yeah.
I can't say that, but I don't know if I would say it's the hardest thing I've ever done. It's just like I think for me, what makes me feel like it's hard is when I get, this is not no hater shit, like because I
Mhm.
support love and black love, but when I see it like so much, or if I see like
Mhm.
that's what reminds me I ain't got nobody. When I'm just kind of when I'm just kind of walking through life and minding my business and like living life, it doesn't dawn on me that I'm not in a relationship. But honest to God, when I get on social media and I see the pictures and the vacations and the proposals and the oh, we're about to have a baby and all of that, that's when I
Yeah,
be like, damn, I'm not
yeah.
doing nothing.
Well, okay. Let's say this first. I think for Usher, since he's always in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was probably just hard, especially as a man, because he can go out and get somebody, or
Right.
it's Hollywood. He can probably just say, give me, hey, you two over here, come to my room tonight. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I guess probably just sitting in his singleness, and then probably just going through whatever he was going through with his divorce. I think he lost a child, and
Yes. Mm-hmm.
all these things. So sometimes when you by yourself, you just have so much time to confront everything that's going on in your life. Like,
Yeah.
instead of like busying yourself with this and that and hanging out, you just have to confront everything that's going on and deal with your own shit for real. So that's probably why it was so hard. I think when I was single, which was, my whole life.
Girl, it do not count before college because we was children.
I mean, we was children. I mean, yes, but I did not date for real until like my early 20s. That's when my life and the dating really like popped off for me. So I was kind of a late bloomer in that department, but it was hard for me in college because all my other friends were dating, or like, had a little boo thing, or somebody they was fucking around with, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So a lot of times I felt like, the third wheel, or like the odd person out, or I would just feel like, dang, like, what's wrong with me? Like, nobody, is it me? Like, am I not a cute girl? And we know
And
that's a
look at
lie.
you now. You got a man and the rest of us hoes is single.
I mean, yeah, but
Not, I
but
mean, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know. I ain't gonna say. I feel like at that time it was hard for me, just because it was something that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm in a relationship, and I have been for a while, hell, it's not easy either. It's like a grass isn't greener on the other side type of situation. Like, my relationship is not bad at all. So let me say
Mm-hmm.
that it's not bad at all. It's great. But it's a difference. It's still work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still
Yeah.
have to put in time and effort to be with somebody that,
But
like,
would you
it.
say that is not easier, but would you say compared to your time as being single, and then now that you've been in a long-term relationship, like it's
Mhm.
been over 3, 4, like it hasn't been
Mhm.
like 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's a long time. So, would you say that there is some aspects that are more, I don't know, adaptable, or I guess the word would be easier for you to handle and go through and experience because you have a partner?
I mean, yeah, definitely. It's definitely easier when you got somebody to like be your partner. You
Mhm.
can go through things with them, or you always got somebody to confide in, or whatever. Somebody always like help you just with life. Period. So yeah,
Mhm.
it is easier on that front, and like, you don't feel lonely. Like, when I was single, I would feel lonely a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel like just in like becoming older and just maturing more, sometimes I wouldn't mind my singleness. Like, not to say that I don't want to be together, but sometimes I want to like check out of having to like do certain things. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
sometimes I just want to be selfish and just do what I need to do for me. So I
Mhm.
get why, like, my mom or like my aunts or whatever, they'll always be like, you got time for that. Like, don't rush yourself, or like, take advantage of this time. Like, do all the stuff you want to do. Cause when you do get with somebody, like I said, it doesn't give you that, like, it does, but it doesn't give you like that space, that time to really like work on you. It's so easy to like get wrapped up in what y'all are doing
Mhm.
together instead of you like working on yourself as an individual. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I do think it's important. Like when people say like enjoy your singleness and enjoy your singlehood and like, all that stuff. I understand that that sounds like shut the fuck up. Cause when you by
Cause
yourself,
if
you know
one
what I'm
more
saying?
person
Yeah,
to
like when you
tell
by
me
yourself,
God working on your man, he gonna
yeah,
bring you your Prince Charming. You just it's coming in due time.
yeah,
I'm like, look, I'm on Apple Watch number 2. How many more watches I gotta buy till it's my time?
yeah. I
But
see
I'm also
though.
scared because I am scared if I'm being quite honest because I've been
Hmm.
single for so fucking long, like majority
Hmm.
of my 20s,
Hmm.
that when I get in a relationship because I'm just so used to doing things my way, how I want to do them, when I want to do them, that it will be a challenge for me to adapt to really start like being considerate. Not that I'm not considerate of people now, but it's just like, oh, you can't just get up and go to the store. You need to ask them what they want from the store. Oh, you can't just plan a trip and go up. You probably need to at least talk to them about, you know, going somewhere, like just little things like that. Because right now, I don't have to check in with nobody, not even my mama. Like if I want to
Hmm.
get up and go, I just go.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's the kind of stuff that I still, even though I've been in a relationship a long time, you still have to like train your mind because you still an adult. So it's
Hmm.
like sometimes I don't feel like checking in. Like I just want to live my life. I just want to do what I want to do. So I mean, it's not like oh God, I gotta tell this person what I'm doing. It's not
Hmm.
like that. It's just like that freedom, like you talking about, to just move how you want to move, and you don't have to like consider anybody else's feelings or like consider what somebody else may want to do, and you can just do you. Like sometimes I do like I don't mind. I miss that. Like sometimes, on Sex in the City, the first movie where Carrie and Big, they basically would either one of them would go to her apartment, her old apartment for like a day or 2 days, and then they would
Oh
come back to
yeah,
their
to get some
apartment.
time
Yeah,
alone. Yeah.
just so they could get some time alone, like just some like some me time, just some
Hmm.
individual, like she can go have lunch with her friends and like go
Hmm.
shopping or whatever, do what she need to do, and then when she come back, she feel like because it is easy to like lose yourself. I feel like in your relationship a little bit, like especially as women, because once we get a man, we like blow our friends off and like every
Hmm.
weekend you with your man, or
Hmm.
now when you go on a trip, you with your man. Like, so when you young, it's like I feel like it's a little times 10. Like you
Hmm.
just all over each other like kids. And so now as an adult, I'm just kind of like I just be craving a lot of like me time, just personal growth.
Yeah.
Because I just feel my own self changing.
Yeah, I understand that. I still think I'd rather have me a little somebody. But I say that right now because I don't got nobody. Who knows? I might get in a
Yeah.
relationship and that nigga might get on my nerves.
It
So
happens.
I don't know, but I think I am ready. I think I am ready just because
Hmm.
I feel myself in a place of peace of where like I think I know what I want, even though I come on here and be saying all different type of things that I'm trying to interested in. I know that I'm open, and I know like my brain
Hmm.
how like I know how I want to live the rest of my life. Put it that way.
Hmm.
So now when I'm looking for partners and people to be with, I know exactly what I'm looking for. It's like this is what I'm going to like. I'm 10 toes down on how I want to live my life. Now, this is how I want to. I'm confident to tell people this is how I want to live my life, and this is who I am. This is what I want to do. These are my plans. These are my dreams, and all of that. And this you can either get with it or you cannot. Like that is
Yeah.
why I think that I'm ready for a relationship because up until this point, I think that I've always been like you kind of said, well, we get wrapped up in relationships. I've always been a people pleaser. So I tried to become or be whoever my partner wanted me to be so that I could be perfect
Mm-hmm.
for them, you know? And
Yeah.
that's not living your life. That's not being at peace. That's not doing the things that bring you joy. That's just
Yeah.
pretty much trying to be a robot. And
Yeah.
that doing that for a long amount of time, that's what got my one and only relationship kind of messed up, because I became so engrossed in trying to make sure this person was doing good that I wasn't able to check up on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
yeah.
I would say, just even in my relationship, because I have grown, like we said on the last episode, I noticed there are a lot of things that I was doing in the beginning that if it happened now, it wouldn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? But just at
Mm-hmm.
the time, being young, and then also, if I'm being honest, just being inexperienced in relationships and just how to like really, speak up for myself and just say, no, I don't like that. Cause I feel like you said, women, sometimes we can be people pleasers, and like, you know, you have like an idea of like what a man wants, or like what your man want. And so you always want to be that girl for him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that I always just like spoke my mind as much or whatever, or I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. Sometimes, like, I would say from, I don't know when, I don't know what age exactly, but some of my 20s, I feel like I was just kind of like on autopilot.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I was just like, I
Until I
didn't,
got out of college, I for sure felt like I was on autopilot.
yeah, like, I don't exactly know where my head was at, but I was just like trying to figure everything out, didn't have nothing figured out, you
Mm-mm.
know, like doing everything I thought I was supposed to, but I feel like I also was doing just enough in
Right.
my own life with my own growth and like with school and everything. Like I could have been going way more like above and beyond. And in those
Mm-hmm.
times in my life, I hate that I was involved with somebody because I really needed to have been focused on myself. But I was
Mm-hmm.
so focused on like, trying to date and doing all these things where that was the time I really needed to be single and I really needed to like make sure that I was together, but there
Mm-hmm.
I was, like moving around my schedule, trying to hang out, or like moving around my schedule, doing this or that. So I don't know. It's just I guess just, lessons that you just have to learn, or, maybe if I hadn't gone through that, I would be learning it now. And I definitely don't need to be learning that lesson in my damn 30s. So
I mean, there are still gonna be some relationship lessons we learn in our 30s,
of course,
but
yeah.
not that type of shit. Like, cause
Not
I
that.
think about everything I was doing when I was in college. Like, I know y'all probably be sick of me saying this on the podcast, but I worked 3 jobs at once when I was in school. And I don't care what nobody say, that shit is hard to do and being
Oh
a
yeah.
full-time student.
Oh
And
yes.
I don't know if
Hell,
I
one
would have been.
job full time is hard to do and be a full time student.
So I know for a fact that with working 3 jobs and being a full-time student, I had no time to be a
Mm-hmm.
really good girlfriend. That was
Mm-hmm.
impossible because my days was starting at 6, 7 in the morning and I wasn't getting home to damn near midnight. Where you gonna fit a man in at that? With that?
Yeah, and honestly, my being a really good friend was hard for me. Hell, that's probably why I missed seeing what color the damn dress was supposed to be, if I'm gonna be honest. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's at that time, we were in Alan's class, and I want to say
Mm-hmm.
that might have been around the time we was doing visual media one. So
Mm-hmm.
everything was like new to me. I had just started at UAB.
Right.
I was still dating. Like it was like a lot of change and all the things, and then I was paying for a lot more things on my own. I was still working. And so
Mm-hmm.
it was just a lot going on for me. And I don't feel like, and not to say that my friends weren't like going through things on their own too, but I think there wasn't enough like understanding from all of us because we weren't like kind of on the same page. You know what I'm saying? Like, not
And
to
they
say
were
that I
they
was,
didn't go to UAB, right? So they
mm-mm.
didn't see. I think in college sometimes it's hard to connect with people who aren't there. Like I think like for me and
Yeah.
you, we met in Alan's class and we kind of connected because we was like we both two black girls. You be fly. Oh, she be fly. She be having her makeup on. She be
Mm-hmm.
having her hair done, nails done. Ooh, who like we connected because we
Yeah.
constantly saw each other. And then we
Mm-hmm.
just built on top of that. So do you think in that situation it was because maybe they didn't witness, like, see all the challenges and see everything that you were doing?
Yeah, I guess so. And I think, in talking to them, they knew some of them, but I'm gonna be honest, I can't even really like remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they knew some of the different challenges and just all the things I was going through, because obviously I went from Alabama to Jeff State to UAB, so they knew all of that was going on. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, especially when you're younger, you can just be like wrapped up in yourself. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, you just wrapped up in everything you got going on. And the same way that I was wrapped up in everything I had going on, so were they. So that's why I can't really like fault them, because I wasn't probably giving them a lot of understanding too, whereas I was asking for it, or I thought I deserved it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm be honest, I wasn't paying attention to no damn group me at that time in my life. That was the
You
last thing.
just changed my perspective on something while you was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Gave me a whole new perspective on a situation that I never even thought about. Shout out
Yeah.
to you. Because I was thinking about my failed friendship, and then I was like, a big issue for us when we started to butt heads was when she got into a relationship. But
Mm-hmm.
when you were talking, I just thought about it, and I was just like, damn. When you say being wrapped up in your own worlds, I thought about it. I'm like, damn, that was her first like boyfriend ever. So of course she gonna be wrapped up in that nigga. She ain't never had a nigga to be wrapped up in. And that's not shade. That's not me saying a shade thing.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. But when you are in your first real, or you in college and you get in
Exactly.
a relationship with a guy, it does feel like, because you in college, so you think you grown, you be like,
Yes.
I need to take this serious. This my relationship. I need to give it my all.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe I did not give her some grace on allowing her to like just experience,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So, hmm.
And as women, we can be a little territorial, whether it's with our man or with our friends. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
somebody that we're with all the time and that we love, and we're just like, here come this person. Like, okay, now you
Mm-hmm.
want to hang out with your little boyfriend all the time or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like that about, my friend getting married. It's just that I think we all had so many things going on. On her end, she may have been trying to figure out, okay, how the hell I'm gonna do this wedding. And then, she's still doing her things with school, I think at the time, and a job. And here I am over here doing my, so I think it just wasn't top, that wasn't top of mind for me. That was just one of the things on my list, to be honest, because I had all these other things, and then I was trying to figure out exactly, like, was I doing the right thing? Like, do I like this major? Like, I'm trying to really figure out my life, so that just wasn't my number one priority, whereas it was hers probably. And so I don't feel
Yeah.
like anybody was like so wrong. I just feel like we were on two different pages. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it
you're
is what
right.
it is.
Speaking of two different pages.
Mm-hmm.
And we started this conversation talking about Usher saying it's being hard. And again, well, hard being single. And in the midst of this, there has been some more Usher drama between Usher, Keke, and her baby daddy.
Her
So
baby
I was
daddy.
listening to a podcast, and that is, see, the thing is, and Reason, he's a rapper, he's signed to TDE. He was on there and he was saying pretty much that Keke Palmer, and if you all haven't seen it yet, Keke Palmer was Usher's new music video boyfriend, and she, pretty much paid homage to him and his popular music videos and clips and
Mm-hmm.
all of that in the video. But the Reason, the rapper, said that Keke Palmer was wrong as fuck for being in Usher's video and doing anything in the video, and that she went too far, and that basically this is showing that she never respected her baby daddy. So I
Um.
wanted to kind of talk about that, because to me, I did not read that deep into it. I just thought that they were like capitalizing on a moment, making a
Mm-hmm.
joke out of something that everybody has literally turned into this whole thing where they were like, Usher trying to take everybody woman. So it's like, why not put the woman who kicked it off in the video talking about some, I heard your boyfriend's looking for me. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Now, I don't think that it was like I do think her doing the video was petty.
Oh, for
If
sure.
I'm being honest, I do think, and if her and her boyfriend, is he? I don't know if he's her fiance or boyfriend or what,
I don't
but
think they nothing.
yeah, I don't know. But if they had talked about it or whatever, like I don't think like what would be the problem? I feel like the public is the person or the public is what makes it a problem.
Hmm.
But this the thing, you know, men their ego can be fragile. And at the end of the day, if that's gonna be your man and you have to go home to your man, you sometimes you have to do things that you might not want to do. So would
Hmm.
I have personally done the video? I would have only done it if he and I had agreed to do
What
it.
if y'all
You know,
broke up? Like, what if y'all not
if we
together?
broke up, then you know it just is what it is. But at the same time, he's gonna have to like get all the backlash too. So even though yeah we broke up, it's still like first of all it's still fresh. They have a whole baby. I'm sure they still seeing each other
Hmm.
whenever. So it's like, do I want to stir the pot even more? You know what I mean? I just feel like that's one of those things where it's like, let me pick my battles. And I'm
Hmm.
not gonna stir the pot because to us it's just like, ooh, it's juicy drama. But
I
this
just
is
think it's
girl,
marketing. I was like, that's some
yeah, like
twin
yeah,
shit.
I do think it's marketing. I mean, hell, in the world of celebrity, the whole fucking thing could be fake. We have
That's
no
why
idea.
I'm like, this whole thing could have been a rollout for this song
Yes.
where Keke wore the dress. You say something online about being a mother, then I come back and I be like, yeah, I am a mother, and then we drop the song because we literally been talking about this now for like a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
The submarine
Yeah.
didn't sunk. Carly didn't went missing and came back.
Lord.
The people didn't got beat up with a folding chair from Kingdom Come and back. And we still talking about Keke and Usher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I downloaded the song because I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I only think it's petty. I only think it's petty because it is petty. But I don't know. This what I'm saying. If they still together, and I wish them the best because I don't even feel like it was that big of a deal to like break up over to me. I don't think it's nothing that I'm finna like somebody you've been with for 2 years and y'all just had a child together. Like, I don't think that was enough for me to break up with somebody. I do think it was stupid, but like Herb said on the show, like you make stupid mistakes when you be in relationships. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he's not a public figure. So the
Right.
way he navigate throughout things is gonna be a little different than how she does because she's grown up famous. So she gonna handle stuff different. I think it
Right.
was in poor taste, but would I have broken up? I don't know. I don't think that's something I would do for me.
Mm.
But I think for her now, of course she's celebrity, so capitalizing on the moment and everything. I understand all that, and I think it's great. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good,
Hmm.
but at the end of the day, all of that shit doesn't really matter. Like what's going on with your family, and I just hope your family unit is good. That's the only thing
Right.
I hope for her. Like all that other shit, like ooh, did you see? Like don't nobody care because the world ain't gonna be at your damn house when you go home. You know what I'm
You right
saying?
about that.
Like, world
Hmm.
is not finna wipe your baby and pick the baby up from school. Like, the world ain't got shit to do with it. And I think sometimes we just get too wrapped up in like what's fake as hell. And them
Hmm.
comments is fake as hell.
Yeah. Hey, I've been saying for a little while now that them they I don't know if they together or not. My theory
Hmm.
is honestly truly that one, I think it's a lot of trolling going on. Two, I think that they probably
Hmm.
might still be together on the low, but they probably had a conversation where it's like, okay, you definitely stepped across the line. So now your ass you gotta sit in the house for a little while. You
Yeah.
gotta, you was boiling. Now I gotta turn you down to simmer because you got a little too hot.
Right.
I don't know. Sometimes you do have to put people on ice. And
Of
that don't
course.
mean
Yeah.
like, they're not together. It's just like, okay, maybe I did too much too soon. Since he
Right.
isn't a celebrity, it's like you go from being able to go to the grocery store to not being able to go to the grocery store. That's a
Yeah.
lot very quickly.
Yeah. Of course.
So I
And
think they probably still together.
yeah, I know they had people had been putting out different like things, like articles or whatever, saying that he's already moved on, and then he tweeted and said that like none of that is true. Like he basically denied it. I
Mm-hmm.
did see on the Breakfast Club they was talking about it, and just hilarious said that she feels like she shouldn't have did the video, but by now she feels like Keke could have came out and been like, ha ha ha, like we're good,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I do kind of feel like at this point somebody could have came out and said something, because I know
I
they
don't
kind
think
of
they'll
like,
ever say anything again.
I don't think so either, but I do think she could have just like threw him a, like, if they still together, you know what I'm saying, I do think she kind of could have like threw him a landline and just been like, okay, y'all, it's over with, you know what I'm saying, like just dead it, so it could have been just over with for him. But at the same time, I get it. Like I get both sides. I just feel
A
like,
hard head make for a soft ass, and sometimes we gotta go through some shit to learn that we may not need to do that no more.
yeah.
And
I
so
mean,
I
I
think
get
that
it.
in their situation, if they are together, maybe she ain't gonna say nothing because again, it's like you poked the bear. I hate like I
Hmm.
mean if we
Yeah.
nobody would be saying nothing if you never said nothing. Like, and that is what it
Yeah.
is. So
But this is the thing. You can't like, when you with somebody, you can't view your partner as like somebody you beefing with. You know what I'm saying? You
mhm,
can't. It can't always be tit for tat. Like I'ma always get my lick back, because it's like y'all gonna fight all the time. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Like you can't like view your partner as like, now I understand like you need to be on ice. Niggas need to learn a lesson, like get your point across, honor yourself, all the things. But I'm saying like keeping up the shit in your relationship, that's not a
mhm,
good look like for either one of y'all. Cause then when you mess up and do something, he could be the same way, and you're gonna be like, why he won't drop it. Well, when he
mhm.
did something, you ain't drop it. Like you can't go tit for tat in your relationship. Like you had to learn how to fight fair with people, and that ain't gonna do nothing but mess up y'all dynamic, like that probably has theirs. Like it can't be a keeping score of things. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be mature.
I do agree. I do agree. I was just saying that with the when you said like she could have came out and said or just hilarious said she could have came out and said, oh, it's over now.
Hmm.
That's what I'm like, no, why do she need to come out and say it's over now? I think it is over. I think the video, if I personally think the video is the it's over now. Like we did a
Yeah.
little video, we kikied at the end. She said, I am a mother. All right, we moving on. I think that the video is the all right. We made all the
Hmm.
jokes. We said whatever. We got the song out. All right, moving on. Usher, and then it also came out the same day. I think Usher announced he was extending his Vegas residency.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like all this is marketing, and
Everything
it's
is
like
PR.
so it's like I'm not reading so deep into the Keke needs to come out and say this is over. Like, no, she don't need to really say that. It
Hmm.
is like we gonna move on. The world gonna keep spinning.
Yeah. I mean, and she already said before she would never do that. So it's like that's why I haven't really been looking for no explanation from
Mm-hmm.
her. But I understand, like, I guess what Jess was trying to say, like, maybe she could just dead it. You know what I mean? Because if you're with him still, that's your man.
Right.
You gotta go home to y'all still beefing or after a month. That's what I'm saying. Like, you kind of, when you with somebody, you gotta learn how to put
But
your
they might
pride.
not be beefing. We just don't know.
Yeah, we
He could
might
have been
not
on the
know.
video set.
Of course, I mean, we might not know. We just speculate. But I'm just saying, when you with somebody, eventually you have to like, one of y'all got to put your pride aside. It can't be a
Mhm.
like y'all throwing egos back and forth. You'll never be with nobody.
I
You'll
do
never be with
agree. I do
nobody.
agree. Sometimes you got to plead the fifth, wave the white flag, and move on.
Yeah.
We gonna end this with this conversation that I saw earlier today. I was watching Brilliant Idiots podcast with Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz.
Mm.
Um, and it was just a hilarious episode. But Andrew Schultz opened up the episode pretty much saying that Taylor Swift is better than Beyonce because he went to a Taylor Swift concert and it changed him and made him become a fan. And how, matter of fact, the only person who Taylor Swift can be compared to is Michael Jackson. And I don't know if he was trolling, because I do know white people humor is different,
Mm-hmm.
but the fact that they talked about
I
it
love the
for
crazy white
over
people humor.
but they talked about it for over an hour, and he really was sitting up there. I think he really might feel like Taylor Swift is better than Beyonce.
That sounds like a white man's opinion, and that's how I
Right.
feel about that.
And I'm just like,
I can guarantee you Taylor Swift ain't do a goddamn thing at that tour that's touching Renaissance, and I ain't even been yet.
and that's all I'm saying.
I,
That's all I'm
I already
saying.
know. I mean, I understand the love for Taylor Swift. I get that. Am I a fan? Beautiful gowns. Will I be going?
Hmm.
Beautiful gowns, nice gowns. Um, and that's
When she
how I
came
feel
to
about that.
Nashville, y'all want to know where I was? On my patio, minding my
But
business.
here's the thing, too. We not Taylor Swift target audience. Let's keep it a book, okay? We're not Taylor Swift target audience. Like Taylor Swift makes music for like Twilight movie soundtracks and like, white girl empowerment and shit. That's not for us. Period. It's
Mm-mm.
not. And I get that. Just like a lot of the shit Beyonce made ain't for white girls for real. Like she love
But
to say
yet
how
they love it. They be eating it up,
yet
and I
they
we
eat
like
it
it
up. So it's like,
because she has real talent. She
well,
makes
I say that because,
music that transcends race.
right. Well, I only say that because she talk about black culture in a lot of her music. So I know when she making her music, she got us in mind. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? With Taylor Swift, she is goated. Like it's only a few celebrities on that level right now. I feel like people who just gonna sell out and gonna do well regardless. Taylor
Mm-hmm.
Swift, Beyonce, Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? It's some like The Weeknd. He always sell out. What's the
Mm-hmm.
man named Bad Bunny?
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
always sell
Global.
out.
They're global artists.
Yeah, like I think when it comes to that kind of conversation, obviously they all in there because they're like icons. But
Mm-hmm.
is she better than Beyonce? I guess we can talk about it because they both icons in their own right. But if we got our scratch paper out, okay.
Like, and then the fact that he had the nerve to say the only person Taylor Swift can be compared to is Michael Jackson. Can't nobody be compared to Michael Jackson.
And that's a fact.
Because Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson. That's why the
Period.
saying is there's being a celebrity and then there's being Michael Jackson.
Period.
Because Michael Jackson had grown ass straight men passing the fuck out just because he came on stage and said, okay,
Michael Jackson had people in countries that don't even fuck with black people falling out.
okay.
So let's get that straight, okay? Like that man it was a different thing,
He
okay?
was Michael fucking Jackson.
Now,
So let's not compare.
what I can say, I do think one of the things that like I think Beyonce has this too, but I do think Taylor got her a little bit on this where her age gap on her audience is huge. Like I do think older people like Beyonce, but now it's like polarizing to not like her. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like some older people be like, "Oh, I don't like her. That girl do this and yeah,
I
whatever,
also
whatever."
think Taylor has had more moments. And when moments, I say
Mhm.
she had the Kanye thing. That gave
Yeah.
her a lot of fans, a lot of support. She had the whole thing
Mhm.
with her management record label where they didn't want to give her masters. So she re recorded all her music and re released it again.
Yeah.
So it's like she's had a lot more. And this is no shade to Beyonce, but Beyonce has now kind of built such a fan base that she don't have to do nothing for publicity, or she's
Right.
not in the news. She just
Right.
dropped and we gonna support. With Taylor Swift, she still for the most part stayed in the news, whether or not we talking about who she dating and how she have a million boyfriends,
That's
how she
true.
trying to get her masters, how Kanye snatched the award from her, how
Mhm.
she be playing the field. One day she's supporting the gays, then she's supporting women, then she's supporting black folks, then she's supporting, we
Mhm.
talking about Taylor.
Yeah. And
So,
then too, her music does do very, very well. Her
mm-hmm.
music, like when she used to have like those award shows, when she had a lot of those seasons where she was racking them awards
She
up,
still be racking up.
she still rack up. Now I think I don't know if it's of course there's a lot of privilege in there because she's a blonde, blue-eyed white girl. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
do I feel like Taylor Swift is like the best singer? No. Do I feel like Taylor Swift is gonna give me the best dance? No. Like do I feel like she be giving?
Would you go
No.
as far as to say she's the best artist of our generation?
No, but that's for me in my house. You know what I'm saying? Some of the white girls may feel like she is because she might be like their icon, just the same way a lot of us like grew up listening to Beyonce and she was young, even though it
Mm.
hasn't been that long for Taylor Swift, but she did come out as a teenager and now she's a grown woman. So a lot of them, they've been with her since our song was a slamming screen door, sneaking out late, tapping on your window. They've been with her since then.
Now that's the Taylor I loved.
That's the only
When
song I like
Taylor
about.
when Taylor was doing her country one, her country bop, and when Taylor was dating Taylor Lautner, that was the that was that was the
Oh,
that was the Taylor Swift, because everybody
yeah.
remember they was dating, then they did that rom-com movie together. That's the
Mm.
Taylor Swift I love. This Taylor Swift nowadays, to me, it just be seeming so, and maybe this is just me, disingenuous. And I know she be giving monies to charity and all of that, but I feel like she do it because she know y'all gonna talk about the shit.
I feel like in real life she might be mean. She has that
That's
look
what I'm
to her.
saying. It
Yeah.
just gives me, and I remember her having all that drama, I think with like Todrick Hall at some point, about, because you know they used to be really cool, because he choreographed when she had her whole "I'm gonna go support all the gay people" movement. He
Mm-hmm.
was the one choreographing everything, and then they fell out because I think it was something like she didn't pay him, or it was some mess. I don't want to put
Yeah.
no extra stuff, but it was just a mess. And to me, it just is like, I don't know. It seemed like Taylor's one of those, and no offense, those white women who like donate to charities and do things not because they give a fuck about the charities that they donate, but again because they know that we gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, just to check those boxes.
Right.
You know what
It's
I'm
like
saying?
she's
Like,
a humanitarian, but
yeah.
is she? Is she?
Yeah. I remember when she had the drama with like Justin Bieber and like Selena Gomez because it was like she was the protective friend or whatever the fuck was going on with that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
She's just not my favorite. But like I said again, she's not. I don't think I'm her target audience. But to
Right.
me, is she comparable to Beyonce? No. Now I know one of the things he said on there was like Taylor never has any like features. So can we name as many like hits from him?
I almost dived into the computer when he said that, because I was like, Beyonce only got features. This lets me know that people just be talking out the side of their neck, because majority of Beyonce's popular songs ain't no features.
Mm-mm.
There is no features. Hell, and most of the time, she only got one feature, and it's always that nigga, her husband.
Her husband. Yeah. I mean, it's rare, really. I don't think Renaissance got no features.
Not technically, you know, T.S.
Oh, she got
Madison
Grace
is,
Jones on there.
and Tim's, and then you know, T.S. Madison is
Mm-hmm.
technically featured on Cozy, you know, so
Mm-hmm.
it's, you know,
She
it's
got a lot of like samples and stuff in there.
right,
Yeah.
right.
But child, but this is the thing too, also. My sister has listened to the Taylor Swift album and she was telling me that it was good. So I kind of have heard some of the new songs just from her
Mhm.
having it on in the house. You think that the same song been playing the whole 30 minutes. Is it just
No, I believe it, cause she doing that like folky music now, ain't
me?
she?
Yeah. It be giving me what's that store called? Urban Outfitters music.
Because that's exactly where they played it,
It
because
be
that's where
giving
them
me
people
that.
shop at.
It be giving me that. We can't catch no little beat. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no beat, because she can't catch the beat.
We can't get. That's why I said she makes music for like the Twilight soundtrack, like not another teen movie soundtrack, like shit like that.
I truly think it's disrespectful to even try to compare Beyonce and Taylor Swift because again, if we keeping it a buck, they ain't flying Taylor Swift to open no hotel out in Dubai, but they
Well,
gonna fly Beyonce.
and I want to know, what did she do that was so amazing that made him feel like that?
I
Did
think it
she?
was the fact because he was a white man in a stadium full of majority white people, and they all were having such an amazing time that because Taylor Swift unified all those white people in that place. And he was like, damn, this white woman really brought all these other white women and people together. Because
Yeah.
I guarantee if Andrew Schultz went to the Renaissance tour, there's no way that he would not say the same thing about you cannot. There's no way he would not be able to say the same thing about Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
It's like even Charlamagne was like, bro, you ain't been to the Renaissance tour. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
We talking about production value. We talking about staging, lights, in between stuff. Like Taylor Swift ain't got no little stories being digital videos being played while she do her outfit changes. I guarantee it probably ain't.
Yeah. It
Like
really
it's
just don't be giving me nothing. And that's just for me in my house. It don't be giving me none of that.
mm-mm.
Um
Yeah, nah. I just
More
don't think
love
it's a
to her.
debate. Yeah, I and I'm tired of the comparisons. You cannot plus Beyonce is at least 15 to 20 years older than Taylor Swift, right?
Mhm. Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like that's her son. Regardless of how Taylor Swift feel or whatever, what
Mhm.
Taylor Swift didn't took some from Beyonce. She didn't try to 1-2. She didn't try to mimic something because Beyonce is the she the blueprint for
Mhm.
being a world global female artist. And that's just
Mhm.
it. So, and I rest my case. Argue with the next
I
one.
hate that we have to like compare people all the time too. I do think it's good because it's like if you an artist, you probably glad people debate about it because your
Mhm.
name just be brought up all the time. But like I hate that you have to like people feel like you have to choose one or the other. Like even
Right.
if we were a fan of both women, like let that just be that. Like I hate the comparisons and stuff all the time. And a lot of the artists nowadays are the greats now, they're different. Like they all have their own sound. They all
I don't
have
even
their
know who I
own.
would consider the greats now. That's a conversation for another
Well, I'm
day.
talking about not like the greats now. I guess I misspoke, but I'm saying people who are the greats, like yo Janet Jacksons and like
Oh,
people like that. When they compare Janet Jackson and Beyonce, they be like, "Well, Beyonce can't dance like her," But it's like Beyonce and Janet are so different. Like
right.
it's kind of like you can't compare them. I guess you can, but they're like not the same.
But
You
I
know what
wouldn't
I'm
either
saying?
because Janet, at the height of her career, I would say Beyonce was nowhere near the height of hers. So I feel like you can't compare careers unless both people were like peaking at the same time, right?
Mhm.
Like you remember that when Kanye West and 50 Cent had a beef? That's like when you
Mhm.
compare people because they
Right.
both
Yeah.
were dropping they both were dropping some of the best music they had ever came out with in their career. So
Mhm.
I feel like it's good to say who you like more, 50 Cent, Kanye West, 50 Cent. But it's like to compare Janet to Beyonce and then Beyonce to Taylor. It's like these people, they trajectories are so far off from each
Yeah.
other.
And I feel like if you did, like, I don't know, it just don't make sense to me. They're so different. Like, she's a country singer, kind of like more turned pop singer. So, like, everything about her, like, vibe and everything about what she's doing is different. Of course, because they both female singers, they both, you know, on big stages, they have some similarities, but they're
You just named
so
the only ones. That's it.
yeah, like they're so different. Like, how can you even compare? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
it's apples and oranges at this point. I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
but more power to
But if
that
we are
woman.
going to compare, we already know. We're big free to say, you already know. That's how I feel.
And you should. Cause what?
And don't you ever in your white ass life, Andrew Schultz, put Michael Jackson and Taylor Swift in the same sentence.
Ever.
Ever. And again, I don't know if he was trolling, trying to, just get
I
the
feel like
people
he was.
talking and tweetings and all of that, but that wasn't even funny. Had Michael probably turning over in his grave.
Some damn Taylor Swift child. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Cause let's just put a bow on that. Wrap that up. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, everything can be found down below at the bottom of your screen, where you can follow us. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at _ the real Jessica Monique. And you can follow me on TikTok at the real Jessica _ Monique. Yeah, had a brain fart.
It's always linked in the link tree. Because
Of
Jessica
course.
linked it all in the link tree. Y'all follow me on Instagram at the real Abni Ayana. You can follow me on Twitter at _ Abni Ayana _ I do have a TikTok. I think it's at the real Abni Ayana on there. And any TikTok I post about our podcast, you can go down to the bottom. I'm linking the podcast, so you ain't even gotta go to the app no more. You can just go to TikTok and click the bottom of my TikToks, and it's the episode gonna pop right up. You can listen to it right there, then and there, baby. Okay.
And we are working on figuring that out for the TikTok page. That's what we really.
Yeah, I think TikTok they got the beta testing shit, I think. So I guess they trying to see how functional it is on some people before they roll it out. But
before they do it,
they fix that.
Right. So yeah, I was about to say something else. Oh, I was about to say on our link tree, because I looked at it online the other day when I was trying to do that. We have been getting a lot of clicks on our links that we have on our link tree. So thank you guys so much for being interested. Thank you for listening, and make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, argue with us.
Please
call us names, honey. I just want some kind of dialogue going on. Like,
right.
I don't care nothing about what you say, but like I just want the dialogue to be going on. Okay?
We also have to start doing clickbait or something, chopping some shit up where I'm like,
right.
niggas ain't shit. Fuck you and your mamas. Or something.
Right. And then when you click on it, you be like, okay, so we lied. Hi.
Look, we need to get a fake beef. They eat that up. Be like, we're breaking up. Then, sorry, y'all. We just wanted y'all to watch the video. We're not going anywhere. Locked in. Sorry. False advertising.
But yeah. See y'all next week.
See y'all.
Bye.